From dominating the top of the Roblox charts, with more players than some countries have people, to less than 0.01% of that in a month, Grow a Garden was once the pinnacle of addictiveness and replayability in gaming, having the most players ever to play a multiplayer video game at one time, beating Fortnite by over 8 million players, with Grow a Garden having 22.3 million players at its peak, to just a fraction of that in weeks. What caused this seemingly simple game to rise so quickly, and what caused it to crash twice as hard? Grow a Garden, at its core, is a farming simulator. You plant seeds, harvest crops, they'll grow even when offline, you log back on and sell them, upgrade, then repeat. This makes it broadly accessible, with very little skill required, little penalty, and a big reward for short engagement. A game that appeals to especially younger players and casual players, because the stress is just so unremarkably low. And when over 76% of Roblox's player base is mobile players, accessibility is certainly a large part of the game's success. Now, simplicity isn't the only part of its success. After launching in March of 2025, it was already breaking records by June/July, because it's on Roblox, a platform with massive network effects, user-generated content, and social sharing. When something explodes, it can do so very fast, because Roblox is not a game. It's a social media with a game engine built in, like TikTok, but you can code your own mini games into it. So when something blows up, people will talk about it, which will cause more people to play, which will cause more people to talk about it, and the cycle continues. Also, the game had frequent updates, events, and must-be online moments, which created very large urgency to be online, causing a lot of people to leave their computers on or their phones on while they were away doing something, just so they can get some drops. After the game had reached 15 million players or so, it was generating a lot of media buzz. News outlets, articles, all that stuff was being written about it because a simple Roblox game, passing pretty much every AAA title, every big game that was made by every big studio, just overnight pretty much. All it was on Roblox, which caused even more people to go to it. It was a never-ending cycle. That kind of notoriety drives more users simply through the curiosity of just, I want to see what it is. That's how I got to be playing the game, and that's how many others did too. Although marketed as a fun and relaxing game, a lot of people saw it as a way of status. Being the biggest game at that point, people wanted to just log on to AFK and show off rare items or a high shekel amount in their wallet. It's just a part of Roblox's social ecosystem. People want to flex, people want to show off all the cool things that they grinded for. But for such a supposedly fun and addictive game, how could it have possibly fallen off in the speed of which it did? I mean, seriously, it was pushing millions of players every day, but seemed to drop off tens of thousands overnight and just continuously went down and down and down. There's a big lack of depth in Grow a Garden. A number of players report that once you've farmed enough or collected enough rare things or got enough shekels, there's nothing new to do. You know, you could be like a RuneScape or a Skyblock player and just make your number go higher until you ruin all your brain cells. But not everyone wants to do that, and people want new gameplay. But also, there's a lot of bots and just AFK players. The thing is, Grow a Garden at its core is a simulator, which are notoriously plagued with bots. And once genuine players stop playing, and people farming in the game are just doing it for no reason. So a lot of numbers are really inflated for people just AFKing for stuff, or accounts that are solely created just to farm things. Idle farming games often have fast ramp up, but struggle with long-term retention if new mechanics stop being meaningful. There was also a lot of event quality and update fatigue. Jandal wasn't exactly the best at being creative with his events. A lot of them were just repeats of each other. A couple of buddies of mine who are both Roblox YouTubers, Noir130 and Jairus, share the same feelings towards the updates, with them being stale and everything. What's up, Jeremy?
Yo.
What's good, man?
So I got some questions for you. All right. Yeah, so I know you stopped playing Grow a Garden. I knew you were a big fan and all and everything, so like, you mind giving me some insight why?
I mean, it was pretty fun at first, but I think Jano having to do like weekly updates made it hard for him to come up with new stuff. It seemed like everything was reused over and over, so I just switched to other games.
Okay.
Well, I think that most of the events are literally just reskin versions of each other, and every time Jandal would add something new with the event, it wouldn't actually add anything new to the game like new mechanics, and it would basically just be the same event, just reskinned.
Okay. So you'd say that like his creativity is lacking right now, or what's going on?
Okay, well, I wouldn't say exactly that, but
Yeah, I get that. Do you think the game would have like stayed fun if Jandal actually just slowed down a bit and took his time between the updates, or what?
I mean, yes, no, maybe, probably, most likely, yeah. I think if he took his time and focused on like bigger updates, people would have been way more hyped for them, like way more. The weekly ones just started feeling kind of rushed. Like, you know, they were cool at first, but then you realize it was just the same stuff with like a couple of tweaks. A bigger gap between updates might have kept the game feeling fresh instead of repetitive. I don't know.
before this Halloween update, everything before that is basically reskinned.
All right, how so?
Well, the most recent thing is in this event, there's a brand new seed called the Great Pumpkin Seed. And he added this over a week ago. And it's been over a week and he still hasn't stocked it. And this basically just forces the players who really want to get it to spend their hard-earned money into the game.
Okay, so he's basically making it pay to win. Okay.
Basically, yeah.
You think that's messing with the economy at all right now, or what?
The economy was messed up way before it became pay to win because people took advantage of a seed called the honeysuckle. And obviously, to people who used to play Grow a Garden, everybody knows that that's a crazy seed since they would use the sprinkler method and basically just duplicate the seeds with the raccoon in private servers. And that caused the economy to just go insane.
Oh, okay. So the economy's messed up because of exploits and not the pay to win thing. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for this. I appreciate it, Jeremy. Link to your channel is going to be in the description. Thank you so much for calling today, and I will be seeing you. Appreciate it, man.
Anytime, man. See ya.
See ya. People were bound to stop playing if they have to repeat the same thing over and over again for the same item. And once you complete the gameplay loop, or a little bit of repetitiveness happens, the whole thing just sort of breaks apart. If the core loop is grow, harvest, upgrade, repeat, eventually many players feel like they've done it all. And it also doesn't help that there's a competitive shift and a novelty fade. As with many viral things, the novelty will wear off, players will migrate to the next blockbuster or trending game. For instance, Plants vs. Brainrot right now, or 99 Nights in the Forest. Grow a Garden got huge because it hit a sweet spot. It was relaxing, social, shareable, frequent events, accessible gameplay. But now, it's suffering, because the novelty is fading. Retention is really challenging, and although it was an addictive game and a fun game at the time, the natural life cycle of viral games just means decline is expected. Like I said at the beginning of the video, look at Fortnite. Its peak player count was 14 million players, but you don't hear many people talking about it as much as they did back in like 2018, 2017. That's just the life cycle of a game. Now, don't get me wrong, the game isn't dead yet, but it is certainly declining and fast. It just hasn't reached the end of its life yet. But I think we're forgetting one major factor. Jandal's just focusing on Plants vs. Brainrot a lot more because he's making an absolute fortune from it. This guy has a cash cow under him. Holy crap. Just today, it beat Grow a Garden's peak player count with 25 million freaking players. That's insane. Okay, subscribe. Bye!